Hey y'all. So we're going to be taking a look at your upcoming Maven season, but before we do, a couple of announcements. So first of all, I got a treat for you guys. So I developed a quiz to help you determine what your strongest clairs are. So your clairs are your intuitive abilities in terms of clairvoyance, how you see intuitive information, clairsentience, how you feel intuitive information, and so on and so forth. So if you are curious to see what your strongest clairs are, and then get a little bit of information about how to strengthen them further, develop your other clairs, and then also some information on what my strongest clairs are and exactly how I use them to read on the channel, go get your free quiz. The link is in the description box below, and then let me know your results. I really love to see and hear like what you guys' results are. I love talking clairs all day long, so that link is in the description box below. Secondly, I reopened availability for personal readings. I sold out of the first round that I opened up a couple weeks ago, so I put some more availability up, and once those go, I'm gonna have to shut it down, and then hopefully I'll be able to do it again sometime in the future, but I never quite know when. So I love connecting with you guys personally. So if you guys want to sign up for a personal reading, that also, you guessed it, is a link in the description box below. I look forward to connecting with you. So those are the announcements. Now on to the meat. So we're going into Maven season, right? So Maven is a beautiful time as the wheel turns, where we're going into the autumnal equinox here in the northern hemisphere. Flip it for the southern, of course. But in the northern hemisphere, this is when we have equal times of day and night, right? So think about the justice key on the tarot, right? We are moving from Virgo season into Libra season. Libras are the justice key. It's about the scales. It's about balance, right? Which brings it back to the idea of the autumnal equinox and how we begin our descent into the dark time of year. So there's going to be a lot of themes of this time of year in these readings is what does balance look like for us? What is our relationship to the dark time of year? What is our relationship to the unknown and all of the aspects of the things that we can and can't see within the moonlight and the sunlight and all of those aspects of what duality and balance and dark and light brings up for us in our day-to-day and also our spiritual experiences as well. Because as we move forward in the wheel of the year, after that we have my favorite time, Samhain, aka Halloween, and then we're moving forward further and further into the dark times. Samhain is also the beginning of the new year in the pagan world, my world. So it's a really beautiful time where this is, beginning with Maven. It's a lot to be excited for. It's a lot to look forward to. And also I find it's a really beautiful opportunity for us to take a really healthy inventory of how we're doing. Right? We're going into the last quarter of the year. How are we doing? How have we achieved balance? How are we feeling? Right? How can we adjust our equilibrium or just observe our equilibrium? Right? And move forward with an energy that feels balanced and grounded and inspired through the rest of the year, right? It's kind of like a, like a last call for the last quarter of the year before we're going into January and we're in a new numerical year. So it's a beautiful opportunity to really take stock and really ask those questions and really consider our relationship to what is seen and unseen. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at your upcoming Maven season. Hey Cancerians, welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your Maven season here. So in the meditation, it was very short but sweet. I saw an image or a scene from Harry Potter Goblet of Fire. Just go with me here. It was the part, if you haven't seen it, it's okay, I'm about to take you there. It was one of the hints for the tournament where the underwater, like the mermaid one, where it was like, come and seek us where our voices sound, you can't hear us, I don't know, underground or whatever, I'm butchering it. But basically Harry had to submerge himself in water in order to get this message for this clue. And I'm getting that for you, Cancerians. You guys are very unique in the way that you can go places that the rest of these zodiac signs cannot go. You can quite literally, think about what your animal is. Think about the crab. Think about, what your tarot key is, right? It's You are really directly connected to the moon. You are directly connected to the home and the hearth and intuition. It's a very powerful, unique energy. And I'm getting for you that your advice or your invitation for this season is to really go where others can't go, deep into the healing waters of your own space, your own feelings, your own intuition, your own comfort zone. It's interesting because a lot of the times it's like, no, success is outside of your comfort zone, and, cue, inspirational posters hanging in your guidance counselor's office. But for you, it's kind of the opposite during this time where you're being asked to really sink deep within your comfort zone and allow yourself to be, replenished and hydrated, right? It's interesting. Let's get your animal energy. Why don't we though? Oh, I love it when it's on the nose. Look, you got the frog who's literally like standing in the rain or sitting in the rain, actually. Brilliant. So first of all, water here, right? So you know that whenever you get an animal that is of your like element, it's always very auspicious, right? That's the universe, that spirit winking at you, in a really not creepy, but encouraging way. So the frog equates to that of the 10 of Wands in the Tarot, but the frog is very much about, from an animal energy, animal medicine perspective, it's about detoxification, which is so brilliant because we saw that your advice was really going into that comfort zone, allowing yourself to be replenished and hydrated and comforted. So detoxification is about, releasing a lot of pent up emotions and about releasing things that you may have been holding on to. I feel like some of you guys have been working a bit too hard or having too much of an emphasis on, kind of the mundane aspects of life or getting things done or details around finances or their job or home or the relationship. And I'm hearing, you know what? Let yourself sink deep within those waters and just allow yourself to be there. Because if you think about it, like we are, as babies, right, in the womb of our mothers, we are encased by water. We're literally in a water sack, right? And then we're born, right, like from that water. So there's something about that that's coming through for you that is really encouraging you to go there. And the 10 of Wands link is really about, it's a lot of burdens, it's a lot of heavy effort. It's just, it's too much. You're being asked to really let go and release and allow yourself to just, it's interesting. As I'm getting with this context, allow yourself to be hydrated by whatever gives you comfort, right? Yeah. Very good. Okay. Wow. Going there today. So you have the High Priestess, Cancer. This is so perfect. We have the moon here, which is, your ruling planet, right? The moon rules Cancer, which is brilliant. The High Priestess is very much about tapping into that intuition and accessing those darker or hidden or subconscious aspects of ourselves in order to gain clarity and insight so that we have more choice, more optionality, and we are coming from a place of, empowered choice as opposed to just, winging it and coming from our ego state. The fact that this is the bat as well, we were talking about submerging yourself and it's like hanging upside down. I am really hearing to go there. You sit you down with your, tarot cards or whatever you got going on, or your favorite show, your favorite snacks, and you got your comforter, whatever makes you feel comfortable and good and nurtured and safe. I am really hearing to go there for yourself because it feels like you are out in the proverbial desert in some way, and Spirit is coming, saying, hydrate thyself, hydrate thyself. And then you have the star, which is so brilliant, the stag energy here. So the star is Aquarian energy, and also High Priestess is Aquarian energy. So I'm actually getting another kind of nudge. Perhaps watch the Aquarian reading because it feels like it's sort of holding hands with this one in a way, especially if you have Aquarians in your life or in your chart, but it's something about that Aquarian reading. Anyway, the Star, this is about great hope, great faith, great love. You know, the Hermit key, so we're starting out with Virgo season with Maven before going into Libra season. You know, the lantern that the Hermit carries is the Star from the Star key. This is also about being in the spotlight and being appreciated and known and compensated and enjoyed, right? For what it is that you do, right? So it's interesting. It's like you're standing in the true light of who you are and allowing yourself to be seen in that way, which is really beautiful. But there's also an aspect of this, because it is a stag here, it's similar to this, because you also got Six of Pentacles here. So the stag is about masculine energy and feminine energy holding hands, right? Which is about giving and receiving. Then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is also about what? Giving and receiving. I feel like this is saying, if you especially are in a line of work where you help other people, if you feel like you're carrying the burden or the weight of other people's pain, problems, issues, conflicts, tears, whatever it is, especially if you're in a line of work that you're responsible, or you kind of have to carry the, you know, the weight of other people's pain in some way, this is especially for you. And you are being acknowledged for that. And I feel like that's what the Star is coming in. This is also about great healing. And I feel like Spirit is coming in to say, thank you for doing what you do. We see you, we acknowledge you. You are actively making your piece of the world better than how you found it. We're all about it. But now it's time to allow yourself to receive and be nurtured and looked after and cared for. It feels incredibly important. You know, Spirit is coming in to say, really be real with yourself. This may be very evident to you in some contexts, right? But I also want you to look at how this may inform your personal relationships. Cancers, listen, I know cancers very, very well. I was raised by a Cancer. I know cancers. And you guys have a wonderful capacity for caring for other people and nurturing, but you also can be challenged with allowing other people to do it for you. And the thing is that can kind of turn into a shadow energy if you don't kind of detox it and give to yourself. Because the thing is, Cancer, and this is the truth, and this is the hard, you know, uncomfortable truth, but no one, and this is kind of a bold statement, but it's likely that no one is ever going to be able to give to you like you give to others. Now, that doesn't have to be a sad thing. It's just that giving and nurturing and caring is your superpower. You see what I mean? So it's not that you're not worthy of it. Maybe it's another Cancer, you know, but it's not that you're not worthy of it. It's not that you don't want it and deserve it and all of those things, but it's just that you're being asked to step in and fill in those gaps and give to yourself, to be your own mother, to be your own nurturer, to be your own caretaker, so you can turn around and keep doing the same for others. Okay? But expecting anyone else to fill that, or expecting to get that back in the same, to the same degree that you give to others, it's like Mother Teresa, you know, going, you know, when am I gonna get like, like some giving sainthood energy my way? No, it's like she understood, like, no, she gives, and then she, you know, I didn't know her personally, but I trust that she, you know, derived her own comfort in nurturing from, you know, her own religious practice or whatever it was that she did. But yeah, it feels important. Let's get some advice. This was the advice for someone else too. Was it Virgo? Can't remember. Okay. So your advice is the Ace of Wands. So this is really, really brilliant, because the fact that your advice is fire. So when we talk about Ace of Wands, this is about something, a spark of life that excites you, that gets you moving, that gives you energy, right? I'm getting from this to really reserve your energy, reserve your time, reserve your efforts towards things that really light your fire and truly excite you. I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. Whether this is like, you know, reserving your time and energy for like, you know, your own personal art projects or binge watching, I don't know, Harry Potter, whatever it is, or if it's, you know, creating something or a side hustle or a hobby or getting your new home together or nurturing your relationship with whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But it's whatever has that spark of flame for you. That's what you're being called to really focus on and reserve your time and energy and efforts for. Only things that elicit the flame deserve your time and effort, okay? At least for this time period, all right? Let's go ahead and get an oracle. Oh. Oh, I love this so much. Okay. First of all, we have the Map Maker of Destiny, Authentic Purpose, Inspiration, hello Ace of Wands, Free Will, and then it's number 24, 2 plus 4 is what? 6, as in the what? 6 of Pentacles, right. So Map Maker of Destiny, Authentic Purpose, Inspiration, Free Will. We were just talking about this. Well, what's really interesting with the Map Maker of Destiny is I feel like you are being offered a choice. And I feel like this is sort of commenting on the star energy as well. You are being offered a choice. And I keep thinking about Harry Potter and that part of the movie where he hasn't got to the end of the tournament yet. He made okay, I'm going to go there. And if you haven't seen it, it's okay. I'll try to describe it the best I can. But I often, when watching Goblet of Fire, and then Ace of Wands LA, I always think when watching that movie, why did he go through with the tournament? He didn't put his name in the cup, right? And yet he went along with it. And they said like, oh, well, if your name comes out, then you're committed. It's a binding magical contract. Really? Well, then why didn't he choose to lose and not, or why didn't he choose to like, find a loophole, or why didn't he choose to just like what would have happened to him? I know it would have been a very different movie, but look, like Cedric died because he went through like all of these choices that were available to him. And sometimes I really wonder how much of his ego was really driving that ship, if you think about it. And my purpose, my point in this is that your choices really dictate your destiny. Okay? Your choices dictate your destiny. And I'm really hearing to really look at the choices that you make and put yourself first in this context. Because you're really good at considering others or really taking into account how it's going to affect others. But I'm hearing align with your own desire and wants and inspiration and purpose first. What feels good and right for you. And trust that if you do that, the ones who are meant to go along with you on your journey are going to be aligned with that choice that comes from your heart and your knowing. Okay? Really good, Cancers. With that being said, I'm wishing you a very happy Maven. One more reminder here, if you do want that free quiz on how to determine your strongest clairs and exercises on how to develop it, and a little bit of tea on my strongest clairs and how I use them in reading for the channel and in my work. The link is in the description box below. Also, I have some personal readings available again. If you would like one, that also is in the description box below. And with that being said, I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, please let me know in the comments below. Okay, Cancer, I love reading your comments. And please like, share, and subscribe. I would so appreciate that. With that being said, just thank you. Thank you so, so much for being here. And most of all, and as always, thank you. Thank you for being you. And be well until next time.